Harry Potter is amazing. That's why I thought, why not rank all the Harry Potter books in order from least to most best, based on my opinion of the book's relevance, plot, and other things that make the story, exciting and meaningful. Before we begin, please consider liking and subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. Starting off at number 7, I have gone for The Chamber of Secrets. Of course, no Harry Potter book is bad per se, but for me, this one was the least enjoyable. I liked the chemistry between the Golden Trio, working out what was petrifying everyone, discovering the chamber, and contributing to destroying the basilisk and the chamber once and for all. However, for me, it was just too predictable from the get-go. Throughout the middle of the book, the pace started to slow and there was so much build-up, with the voices that Harry hears as well as the discovery that Harry is a Parseltongue. But there was little development to the story. Also, surely if the basilisk was sliding through the plumbing the whole year, it would have petrified more than just a few people. And I find it completely unrealistic that no one made direct eye contact with it. I feel like that would have added so much more danger and jeopardy to the story, especially when Harry goes into the chamber. But I get why they didn't do it. It is a children's book, and not as dark and mature as the books later in the series. At number 6, I've gone for a bit of a controversial one with The Order of the Phoenix. In my opinion, this book is just way too long, and it isn't as exciting as the others. The action is happening in the outside world, like the Department of Mysteries, and inside the castle is just the students dealing with Umbridge the whole year. I like the addition of the DA and how Harry teaches them how to defend themselves, but what did any of this contribute to the story? The only interesting thing about this book is the second half, where Harry is supposed to do a clemency, but then falls for Voldemort's trick, leading to the chapters in the Ministry. The duel between Dumbledore and Voldemort was epic, and Sirius's death scene was written beautifully as well. I still find this book more interesting than Chamber of Secrets because it gets more mature and introduces the prophecy that either Harry or Voldemort has to kill the other, creating a sense of being in the endgame, setting up beautifully for the last 2 books. At number 5, I have put down Prisoner of Azkaban. Although I love this book, I feel like it just falls below the books higher on this list. The only major reason why this book is so low is the introduction of time turners to the series. So you're telling me time turners can't be used to undo the actions of the darkest wizard of all time, but they are given to a 13-year-old girl who wants to take a few extra subjects? I mean, come on. It introduces so many plot holes and is something I think would have moved this book higher up the list if it wasn't included. Apart from that, I love the introduction of Sirius as this mass murderer, and it adds a sense of fear as everyone just forgets that Voldemort still exists. On top of that, one of my favorite parts of the books is in the last few chapters in the Shrieking Shack, where Harry finds out the truth about Pettigrew being the one who betrayed his parents, and them going back in time to save Sirius. It's just great fun to read and see how the characters react. For number 4, I decided on Philosopher's Stone. In my opinion, this book perfectly sets up the story and introduces us, the readers, to the wizarding world, along with Harry. We meet Ron and Hermione for the first time and see how they grow closer as the school year progresses. The added mystery of the person that is trying to kill Harry makes it so much more interesting. Obviously, they think it's Snape, but it turns out to be Quirrell. The chapters after the trapdoor are so interesting because they show that Ron, Hermione, and Harry all work together and use their strengths to get past all the traps and stop Voldemort from getting the Philosopher's Stone. Although this book could have been longer, I think it's the perfect introduction to the series. Finally getting to the top 3, at number 3 I have gone for the Deathly Hallows. Although I think that they could not have written the end of the story much better than this, the top 2 are just too good. This book is amazing and is packed with action and mystery. The adventure that the Golden Trio go on to try and find and destroy all the Horcruxes and defeat Voldemort, whilst also encountering many troubles on the way, is so interesting to read. The Seven Potters chapter was amazing and the revelation of Mad Eye's death is so surprising. How could the ultimate survivor die? It really sets the tone and it shows the reader that this mission isn't even close to being as easy as they think. The fight between Harry and Ron is great because it adds a feeling of everything falling apart, leaving the reader with so many questions. Is Ron going to come back? How will they find the Horcruxes? Where do they start? The chapter in Malfoy Manor is also great because it develops on Draco as character. Is he fully good or is he fully bad? He knows it is Harry, but he doesn't say. Why is that? The last bits of the book where Snape's memories are revealed is so powerful because they develop on Snape's character so much and show that he was such a complicated person. It also contains one of the best lines in the whole series.
After all this time. Always.
And then Voldemort and Harry's face-off in the Great Hall is the perfect ending. Harry kills Voldemort in the Great Hall in front of everyone. He then uses the Elder Wand to repair his own wand and returns it to Dumbledore's grave. This is the perfect end to an amazing series. At number 2, drumroll please, I have decided to go with The Half-Blood Prince. This book has such a different feel to it, and the reader can clearly feel that the book is building up to something. The introduction of the Half-Blood Prince and Harry suddenly becoming a goat at potions is so good and creates a mystery for the reader to solve. Who is the Half-Blood Prince? The story of Draco's mission to kill Dumbledore, given to him as a punishment by Voldemort, is so interesting. Draco is determined to prove himself, but what he doesn't know is that he was never meant to complete this mission in the first place. His character development in this book is amazing and almost leaves the reader feeling sorry for him. But the best part of this book is Harry's private lessons with Dumbledore. We, the reader, discover along with Harry, Voldemort's full backstory, his hidden motives, hidden parts of his life, and most importantly, the memory that Harry retrieves from Slughorn that reveals how Voldemort can be defeated. It makes Voldemort's story so much more deep and meaningful and reveals the reasons for his actions. And finally, Dumbledore's death at the end of the book. This plot twist was insane. Snape killing Dumbledore after they retrieved the locket from the cave. Draco hesitating. Who would have thought? And then the revelation that Snape is the Half-Blood Prince during the Battle of the Astronomy Tower, Chef's Kiss. And at number 1, the best Harry Potter book is The Goblet of Fire. Where can I even start? There's so many reasons why this is at number 1. The Quidditch World Cup, Winky the House Elf, the relationship between Barty Crouch Jr. and his father. The danger of the Triwizard Tournament throughout the school year is such a page-turner. The added mystery of who put Harry's name in the Goblet of Fire. The introduction of Mad Eye, who is later revealed to be Barty Crouch Jr. The Yule Ball. Hermione coming up with the idea of Spew. The unforgivable curses. The return of Voldemort in the graveyard and the death of Cedric. The revelation of Mad Eye actually being Barty Crouch Jr. This book has everything from mystery, to action, to bonds being made and broken, Sirius actually being a good godfather and helping Harry throughout the year. The transition from light to dark really emanates in this book, and there's just so much to love. The theme of death is introduced as well as Barty Crouch Jr.'s backstory. This is the greatest Harry Potter book in my opinion. And that's it for this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave your opinions in the comments. See you in the next one.